Facebook is mad.
Bong, bong, bong. Yeah, we're on. I only just started it now.
Oh, hey, what's up?
My other headset was like super loud for some reason. This one's more balanced.
I'm just gonna go live for a second, cause.
So what's up, everybody? This is the soft intro. As they say, man, you are dark, dude. I can't even see you on that screen.
Yeah, you want to put some light on in that room?
That is racist.
Nah, you just
Fade.
You just always trying to get sexy. That's why.
Fading into the dark.
Fade to black.
You guys always trying to be sexy.
Ninja style.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are here. We're going to start the show right now. This is Geek-tastic Cypher. We're back. It's been a minute. I know you guys have missed us. At least I'd like to think you do.
I mean, yeah.
I like to think they do. We've been just kind of doing things. There's a few specials while you guys were celebrating the holidays. We did a few episodes, so hopefully you guys are you guys had a chance to listen to those. If not, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us up, and we will tell you where to get all of it.
Where can they hit us up?
Everything and anything. FranklinArmstrong.com.
That's right.
You can hit us up at FranklinArmstrong.com@gmail.com for the email. You can hit us up on Facebook, Franklin Armstrong DOTCOM, and on Instagram and Twitter, it's A Strong Franklin. Those are the two spots.
Bomba Clock Strong Franklin.
Yeah. So we're gonna start the show. We want to give you guys a little bit of a taste. We got this new intro.
Ooh. So we're back for 2018, and we're gonna be doing a lot more reviews, a lot more specials,
Yes.
a lot more coverage, a lot more shorts, a lot more content coming from Franklin Armstrong. So yeah.
Here you go, kids.
I'm not gonna have those. Oh, you gonna freestyle?
Oh no, not at all. Yo, what's up? All right, guys, that's the show. That's the beginning of the show.
I mean, we leave that playing in the background.
You want to play in the background?
Yeah, just a little
Low,
and then fade it.
Just leave that in the background bit there.
Yeah, there we go.
Tobi.
It's popping, sir.
Yo, Tobi, you hearing us? Where's Tobi?
It's funny. I can hear you guys, but I muted my mic by accident.
Oh, there you go. I thought Tobi just didn't
I'm like
us
talking,
anymore.
and I'm like, why aren't they saying anything back?
In true back to the show fashion, we technical error right off the bat.
Exact. Technical errors right off the bat.
I apologize for my messy office. For those of you who are watching on the multiple different live streams, I've recently the Happy Holidays led to some purchases, and there's a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. There's some. If you guys watched any of my live stream videos that I did recently, the Blame LeVar segment that I do, in the background we have Octane and Giant Man, and then we have the ship from the Quinjet from the Avengers movie, and we have the airport scene with Ant-Man, and then we have a whole bunch of stuff. The window's also open because it is mad hot in the office, so you guys might hear planes and trains and automobiles in the background every once in a while. But that's how you know it's a legit show, because we're doing this guerrilla style now.
Snow blowers.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
So guys, we want to start this off. Are you guys excited?
I'm very excited.
Yep.
I mean, it's been a minute since we've done this.
Do you, anything you want? Yeah, I know. Anything you want to tell the people about while they were missing out?
Oh, for the 2017 into 2018 portion.
Yeah.
Well, people who kept up with me, they got to experience lack of Watergate and the fact that I didn't have water from Christmas or heating until like the 28th. Main water line broke in my apartment building. It was a great little Christmas.
Sorry, Tobi is making his pecs bounce.
Again, Tobi is always trying to be sexy out here. Let me just focus on Tobi who's on the screen.
Did you not
right
realize we told you you're on a big screen? We can see you in...
Don't watch. Ready?
Stop that. You see...
Mr. Terry Crews over here.
I was like, what is going on?
I can't do that.
It was hard to concentrate because
I finally learned how to do that, and then Terry Crews started doing it with his like arms and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I give up.
I can do that with other parts.
I give up.
I can do that with the parts that count.
I could make it dance if you want it to.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Already getting sidetracked. I love it.
I love it. That's how we do. But 2018 started off better than the last ending of 2017. And,
Okay.
We got water. We got warmth. We're good.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got money. We got wealth. So,
yeah,
health,
yeah,
wealth, and working on getting my girlfriend back. But that's not like a bad thing. It's just,
she's just
getting her back from Mickey's long arm grips.
I'm surprised you praising Disney's like everything so much, and that's going on in your life.
Yo, man, Disney gang, sorry.
Dude, that Disney gang thing you posted was hilarious.
Yeah, I've been sitting on that for a minute. That's what sadness brings. Seriously, you hear a song that's terrible, and it just stems freestyles, and yeah. Anyways, and you guys?
Stomach full of food.
Yeah,
going into the new year, stomach full of food after the new year. Just recovering from that, basically. A lot of family dinners. That's
the best part.
Yeah, and I
feel
enjoy
like that's
it.
the best part of the holiday season.
Can't
Just
complain.
kind of watching and like seeing all the, especially when you got young family and they're so excited about the season, and you're just like, and you're just, you see all the toys they're getting, and you're like, I already own that.
Yeah.
That's mostly my reaction when I see all the gifts and stuff. I'm just like, I already own that. You like, they're all excited, and I'm just like, I got that Lego set. You ain't nothing.
Oh, no.
You're also competing with an 8-year-old.
Oh man, I remember one time my godmother's place, rest in peace, Gotti. We were at her house, and it was Christmas, and she had all the family over.
Yeah.
And the youngest kids are like getting ready to get served, and you come on now, there's hierarchy. I waited my time when I was the youngest one. I now get to go up and be one of the first ones. So there's like lasagna, there's chicken, there's West Indians, they cook everything and anything.
They're expecting more people to come.
Exactly. So like people are coming later.
For sure.
People are also bringing stuff.
Yeah.
So we're all there. We're all sitting down, and then Gotti's just like, "Food's ready." I get up, I run, and these kids are trying to push me, and I'm just tossing 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds out the way.
Beast mode.
I'm getting to my lasagna. I'm getting that lasagna, and I ain't even playing.
LaShawn lynching them. they're all like, let's all team up on them. You're dragging 5.
I feel no guilt.
Nephews.
No guilt. No guilt.
I do it.
Yeah. And then so that's it. Tobes, and then you, holiday season?
Honestly, the holiday season was actually pretty. For me, I was sick. I got the flu twice this year already.
Oh damn, dude!
Jeez.
I got the flu in October and already in December. So I'm hoping that's it for winter. Winter's just getting started. So
Yo, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna survive it, but it's been pretty good actually. It's been nice and relaxing. Took 2 weeks off of work.
Oh, okay.
So just kind of like laid back. Even though I got sick, it was just nice to just be home, and just it was like the freezing cold, part of winter, so December. So it was nice to just be home and relax and get to spend some time with the GF.
Okay.
And New Year's Eve we went to some event out here around Etobicoke, which was pretty nice too, with some of her friends. It was the first time I've done an event in a while too, actually.
Okay.
So
I meant to ask you a quick question. You said you got the flu in October. Is it because you were running around shirtless like a Spartan? Like you do?
in October? It's funny. This year I didn't do that for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
So no. I actually don't even know why. My immune system is just taking a hit for some reason this season. So
Okay. So guys, we're going to be going into the usual stuff. If you guys have listened to the show in the past, Geektastic Cypher was on CJLO 1690 AM, and now we're on franklinarmstrong.com. Hopefully you guys are tuned in right now.
Yep.
You guys can also subscribe to the show on franklinarmstrong.com. If you go to podcast, you'll see we have Geektastic Cypher, and that's canon listed. Just click on Geektastic Cypher. All this stuff is there, and you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play. You can look us up on Podbean, where you can get it directly from their app as well. So any place and anywhere you want to tune in. We're trying to get on Spotify. A lot of rules and legalities though. Because Spotify, you can't have any music that's not yours,
Right.
that you don't own, which makes sense because they do all that licensing
Yeah.
stuff. So that's a little more difficult on the Spotify side because we were doing the show over at CJLO, and there was a lot of stuff that we were playing in the past, music and stuff that might have been for ads or whatnot. But now that we're moving forward, we should be able to hopefully get ourselves onto Spotify, and then fingers crossed in the future.
Nice.
and then Skinny and I can start posting our own music.
Yeah. Well, you guys should. I mean, Skinny, are you on Spotify?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
No.
But anyone that you've worked with, I feel like
Everyone I've worked with is on Spotify, but
and I feel people
myself,
have listed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few people have listed me on Spotify. Like, I'm on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
But Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go into the first segment like we do, DTD, Battle of the Time Travelers.
Ooh.
This one's gonna be an interesting one. If you guys know the rules of the game, it is you drain one person, you team up with another, and you defeat the last. You don't necessarily have to do it in that order, like drain to team up to defeat, but you can approach it that way if you want to. And a lot of people tend to do it so. And this week it is their teams. So it's Marty, McFly, and Doc Brown from Back to the Future, Bill and Ted from Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventures, and the Doctor and Companion. Seeing as there's like 12 incarnations of the Doctor and
12 various companions.
Well, even more so because some Doctors had 2-3 companions at a time. So, so we're gonna see. We're gonna go. Who wants to start off?
You know what? I'll go first.
Okay, Skinny.
Skinny's time. Skinny's turn. Sorry. So the first one of 2018, we have Marty McFly, Doc Brown, Bill and Ted. We got to. Okay, this is easy. This is easy. You're definitely going to drain Marty McFly, Doc Brown. Like,
okay.
That's who I'm going to be riding with.
Yeah.
I'm going to stuff myself in the back of that, DeLorean.
Yeah.
And just join them. I'm gonna team up with Bill and Ted. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they got the weed. Right? You know what I mean? Like, Bill and Ted definitely has the weed. And I believe their companion, wasn't there the guy who took
the
them
Reaper?
Around? The Reaper.
Yeah,
so
there's the Reaper dude.
So you got the Grim Reaper on your side. You got some stoner kids.
You got to beat the Grim Reaper in Connect 4, was it?
Yeah,
or was it Checkers?
I don't remember. You have to beat him in a game, though.
Yeah. Well, because that was like something based off a Swedish movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah, it's pretty in depth. It's pretty crazy.
True.
So they're out here just teething ideas from other people?
Exactly.
No, not teething ideas. Just like an homage, because that one was like you had to play against death in chess, and this one was just like a silly little game. And Dad's like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was the joke. Okay.
So yeah, Bill and Ted, teaming up with them, and Doctor Who, whatever.
Oh, defeat.
There's like 12 of them.
You
You said it yourself. And I mean, this mic, I can't get my usual.
Well, you can just tilt it down that way, so because you could talk over it. It's gonna pick up. It'll be fine.
No problem. Good. Basically, it's just that the Doctor Who thing. Like, there's so many of them, and then that. Yeah, no, just defeat Doctor Who.
Oh, wow.
So easily too.
Keep the song, get rid of the rest.
Oh, that is a dope song.
Exactly.
That is a dope song.
That's a good theme song. So.
Okay, I want to go next.
All right.
I want to go next. So I am gonna drain the Doctor.
Yeah.
Because
You're the Doctor.
Well, I want the ability to regenerate. That's what I'm.
Yeah, but you won't look like you.
I don't care.
No,
I can't die.
Yeah, but you might come old. You might come young.
I might be a gorgeous woman. I might be a young black man. It is infinite possibilities.
Yo, man, Doctor Who needs to be fat at some point. Come on.
No, that ain't gonna happen. That's not cool. The Brits aren't fat people though. The Brits aren't. They're not. They're not American fat.
They're usually like average build.
Yeah, they're average.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, you're watching too much TV.
No.
You're not getting to the mom and pop.
Brits.
You're watching too much. All the nice stuff on BBC. You're not watching like
823 million obese people on the planet. I know because I just looked up the world clock today with one of my friends, and trust me, most of them are not in Britain. That's not where they're all centered.
You're not watching. What was that show? Coronation Street.
Oh no, I watched Coronation Street. I watched Father.
I don't think there are that many fat people on Coronation Street.
No, exactly. I don't know. JawzD's throwing out that all the Brits are fat.
I'm not saying all of them are fat. I mean, there's got to be
in
at
any
least
case
one fat.
In any case,
that's the weirdest tangent.
Doctor.
Pause.
I'm just saying.
Pause. Rewind.
One fat doctor. That's all.
Cool. Doctor Who, I'm draining. I don't know why we went on a fat tangent for 10 minutes for this one over here. So Doctor Who and the Companion, that's who I'm draining. I'm going to team up with Bill and Ted because I don't smoke the weed, but I need those two boneheads on my side because I feel like they managed to survive all the craziest adventures somehow. And I don't know how they do it, but But I just want to know that I have that kind of luck on my side because Marty and Doc, we've seen what happens to them. A time machine lost. Like
Marty kisses his mom, kills himself.
You go back in time, your timeline's completely messed up. You almost get shot to death by a black man who's chasing you through the house because you came into his daughter's room. You broke
into his house.
I know.
Someone's gonna die.
So I'm just saying, like, I would rather not team up with the guys who have the worst luck and team up with the two boneheads who have the best luck and keep, rolling the dice. Also, in that situation, I'm hoping we can merge our two time travel machines and you get like a telephone booth police box. That's like
I was gonna say Bill and Ted and the Doc are pretty much the same kind of teleportation.
Yeah.
But I think I would assume Bill and Ted's is a little bit more cramped, while the Doc, you walk in and it's like
no, but that's
a
what I'm
big
saying.
house kind of.
I merge it and you go into theirs,
so
and it's bigger
house.
on the inside.
It's a cramped house.
No, it's bigger on the inside when you go into the telephone booth.
Yeah.
So you're defeating.
I'm defeating Marty and Doc Brown. I know. Right there.
That's why I said.
I know. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, but that's why I had to sacrifice them.
You even watch the cartoon, man?
I have the cartoon. I have the DVD and everything.
Nice.
I have it all, but they're still gone. Because when it comes down to it, after watching the cartoon and after watching all the movies,
you should have said
they have horrible luck.
They let Biff go around messing up everything.
I don't want to team up with people who get screwed over every week in a 23-minute episode.
He's already black.
Marty invented rock and roll and inspired his mayor to run for mayor.
True. Jaws, Toby, who's going next?
I'll go next.
Here you go.
Mine's gonna be pretty short. The main reason why is because I didn't really grow up on Doctor Who.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I remember it as a kid with the curly haired Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But I never got it. It actually kind of freaked me out a little bit as a kid.
Yes.
I just remember those little, what are they called? Those little cone.
The Daleks.
Dialects, yeah.
Oh, those used to freak me out as a kid for some reason.
Well, yeah, because they're evil.
I never watched Doctor Who because of that, so I have no attachment to it. So I'm just defeating him right away.
Oh wow!
I like that you're throwing him under because of enemies that he's constantly trying to kill.
Exactly.
It's not like he teams up with them. Sometimes, but anyways.
And keeping these two because there's more of an action comedic, and that's kind of my domain as far as like these kind of shows are concerned. I kind of like that. Bill and Ted for some reason remind me of Dude, Where's My Car? The characters of Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott.
Right.
They play the same kind of characters, and I like that movie. So I'm actually gonna drain Bill and Ted because they have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're stoners.
Yeah.
Stoners are always fun to hang out with. And then team up with Doc and Marty because if I ever need anything serious done, I just send them off on it. They're always willing to do it.
True. They literally love to just explore through time, and then once he gets his kids, once he gets those two kids involved, his two sons who are also idiotic, but they're just idiot savants in the sense that like every time you see them going on an adventure, you're like, this isn't gonna end well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my selection.
There you go.
I'm going to team up with the Doc because he always has a lot of adventures. He actually, did he defeat Hitler? I'm pretty sure he went back in time and defeated Hitler or something like that.
Doctor Who?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There's another one with Van Gogh and stuff like that. Yeah. So like, I mean, he's well versed in the world, and he actually likes humans a lot.
Yeah, he loves humans.
So
that's true. I forget that you're an alien when you're the Doctor.
Yeah, so I'm gonna team up with him. I'm gonna drain Bill and Ted because they do something really weird where they go in time. I think they have to write a history report or something.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they're hanging out with Gandhi and Abraham Lincoln and Aristotle, like all these people that would never get together, and they basically have a party in their phone booth with all these people from like all these iconic people.
That's true.
So I'm gonna roll with them. I'm gonna drain them. Have that.
Yeah.
And I'm sadly gonna have to defeat Marty McFly and Doc Brown because that DeLorean isn't a great car. No. I mean, it looks mad cool. It's iconic. Cool. It's an iconic 80s car. But
it don't run too well.
Not really. And then especially in the third movie where that car is not there anymore, and then they give you a train at the end, and it's like, oh man.
Did you hate on the train? I thought the train was cool.
I didn't want
because
a
at
train.
The end of the third, when he brings the train back in time, somehow, by the way, I don't know how you find the equipment to make a time machine when you're still stuck in the Wild West, and you gave up. Like, you were just like, you know what, Marty, go ahead. I'm going to stay here with my love, and I'm going to do this. Somehow, you still end up with your two kids, your dog that you picked up from that pound that you left him in for time travelers, and a train that time travels and flies.
You see, that's why I didn't like the cartoon. Because it was based on the kids, was it?
Yeah, well, the cartoon has more of the kids, a lot of the kids.
Yeah.
It's like more of the... And is Marty not even in it?
No, he's in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, every episode is a story of like the kids doing something and Marty helping them and getting involved, or Marty doing something and the kids helping him to get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, terrible.
Which Back to the Future was the one where did he make out with his mom?
He doesn't make out with her.
It was very close.
Because she's attracted to him.
Yeah.
And he's pretending to be Calvin Klein.
That movie couldn't have come out now. You know that. Right?
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there like free throw. Couldn't come out.
Yeah, no. It was a pretty crazy story. He's pretending to be Calvin Klein. He falls out of the tree. He essentially replaced his dad because all the things his dad was supposed to do as to why his mom falls in love with the dad.
She's very codependent, man.
Yeah, she's
mad
she's a
codependent.
character.
She's like, oh, when I saw your dad looking at me in that tree, like your dad's a perv.
Yeah, he was a peeping Tom.
He was peeping.
Did you forget that?
Yeah, go rewatch that movie with
face.
modern eyes.
Yeah.
And be like, oh boy, walk away.
That's you, Skinny. That's you, Skinny.
No, it's not.
See how everybody's catching cases right now? How Babylon fallen and stuff? You watch that movie and be like, oh no.
It is. It would be funny to actually go back and watch a lot of movies we grew up and just kind of see how they translate to now, or if they even
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Dude, not even just movies, TV shows. I remember. Yeah. I don't remember what show I was watching recently.
Honeymooners.
Oh no! I mean, I'm not even gonna go back. Come on now. The guy literally threatens to beat his wife every episode,
and that's the punchline.
Yeah, that show wouldn't have been okay even in the 70s at that point.
They tried to remake it, but it was really bad.
But there was a show I was watching, an 80s sitcom, and there was something going on, and I was just like, wow, you could not make these jokes right. Like, I think they were doing like probably not anti-gay jokes, but you know how back in the 80s and 90s it was a little looser on how you'd react to homosexuals,
right?
And that I don't remember what show, but they were just making jokes, and I was just like, "Ooh, that is not okay." And it was a show.
Same thing with comedians nowadays; they can't make the same jokes. As
no.
20 years ago.
Yeah, comedy is suffering, man.
Like I think that's why Delirious took so long to come out on DVD, because apparently. Eddie Murphy had said well, that one's a little bit more racier than Raw, and then also there was way more gay jokes in that one.
Oh yeah.
But then there was also
the Mr. T joke.
Yeah.
So wait, that's why it took a while to come out on DVD.
Yeah, it was just I think it was something with Eddie Murphy saying not yet, and then also if you listen to that whole set, it's there's a whole segment about gay people.
I know Delirious like the back of my hand. There's a full 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes, I can't turn around because then it's gonna be looking at me.
Yeah.
And my ass gonna start getting hot. I know that that is
looking fine in them jeans.
Yeah. 90% of my comedic riff is Eddie Murphy Delirious.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 90% of it.
I mean, and that's the thing. Comedy's moved in such a direction, and there's such a sense of you got to make sure that everything's PC, that a lot of comedians right now are just this is just a boring industry to be in because you have to constantly be watching over your shoulder to try and make sure you're not offending everybody. When, Chappelle says it.
Or Chappelle it.
Yeah. You're supposed to be trying to offend people because the whole point is you're a comedian and you're supposed to be saying the things that people can't say.
True. And
trying to make light of it so that people can laugh at it.
True. Well, usually people, whenever they get made fun of, they don't like it. But whenever they get made fun of, they don't like it. But when you make fun of everybody else, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's fine, it's cool."
Yeah.
You know?
Well, okay, boys.
Yep.
Next segment, ladies and gentlemen, View the Right Thing is our segment where I'm sorry, I got really close to the mic. So if you guys are like, "What the hell's going on with his voice?"
It's all good. We're doing this from Instagram. This one.
I know. Hey, what's up, everybody? View the Right Thing is our segment that we do where we go over TV shows and kind of stuff that we've been watching and checking out. We give you guys things that you should be checking out yourselves because we want you guys to have a fun viewing experience. View the Right Thing.
Yep.
So this week I am going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery, which just came back. Man, guys. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
So Star Trek Discovery, if you guys don't know, is a show that is set 10 years before the original series. It's before Kirk, Spock, and all those guys.
Where was Enterprise set?
Which Star Trek Enterprise?
Yeah.
That one's set before the Federation is formed. Yeah. So if you did chronological order, you'd have Enterprise,
this one,
then Discovery, then Star Trek the original series, then Star Trek the Next Generation, then Star Trek Deep Space Nine, then Star Trek Voyager. Yeah. And then if you want to add in video games, the Star Trek Online takes place after Voyager. Yeah. Which is I'm playing
Nothing
it now.
happens after Voyager.
I know, it's so sad that they gave up after Voyager. And then but anyway, Star Trek Discovery is, like I said, It is a series set between Star Trek Enterprise and Star Trek the original series, 10 years before Kirk and his crew goes on their adventure. The lead character is Michael Burnham, who is played by, oh man, I always forget her name. Okay, I'm just going to look it up. But in any case, Michael Burnham is the adopted sister to Spock, which is something I didn't expect to happen on the show. I didn't realize that's how they were going to connect it.
What?
Yeah. So what it is Spock's father is, Sarek, for those of you who are huge geeks and know that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. If you don't, Sarek is Spock's father. Mm-hmm. He took in a young Michael Burnham, who is played by Sonequa Martin Green from The Walking Dead. For those of you who saw her, I remember the season before Star Trek Discovery started, and she was still on. I was just like, well, it kind of sucks they announced she's on Star Trek because I know she's dying.
I don't know if she died though.
In Walking Dead,
I don't know if she died.
But you knew she was starring in Star Trek.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I don't know if she died.
They're not gonna keep her on 2 shows. I mean, they could. That's true. Crazier things have been done. Yeah. But in any case, she's on the show. The story's about her. She, when the show started, I really expected it to be your standard Star Trek series. I thought she was going to be the captain. Then I found out she's not going to be the captain. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. We're getting it from the perspective of a lower character. She was the first officer at first. So I was just like, oh, okay, so she's going to be captain in 2 weeks or something stupid. No, dude, they stripped her of her rank because she literally starts the Klingon War. She's the person who starts the Klingon War in the Star Trek universe. She's the one that does a whole bunch of stuff she shouldn't have done, and millions of people have died because of her. So you're not watching from the perspective of like a good character. She is a good character. You're not watching from the perspective of a well-revered character, I should say. You're watching from the perspective of a mutineer. She's referred to as a mutineer throughout the show. That's what's really crazy.
So wait, could you tell us what she did exactly to start this war?
I don't want to spoil that, because when you're watching it, and it's also kind of hard to explain, she does a whole bunch of stuff. Like, she gets advice from the Vulcan, her father Sarek, who tells her, like, hey, the one thing that Klingons respect is a show of force, because the Klingons respect people who are honor and strong.
Right. Yeah.
So keep that in mind, and then she proceeds to do things to try and show force, but she goes a little too far. And one of the things that's messed up is she's a human who's raised by Vulcans. So she tries to be logical as much as possible, but she's not as trained as Vulcans. So there's a lot of times where she makes decisions and gets emotional and does things, and it's like, good God, like you're making some poor decisions right now.
Wow.
So you're saying
it's kind of to say what your human side and emotions are bad.
I mean, the show depicts it as, from the beginning, her emotions got the best of her, and that's one of the reasons that it led to the war. She really thought she was right, and instead of following weirdly enough, they were trying to make it seem like she was being logical when she made the decision that led to the start of the war, but she was actually being emotional in the sense that she felt what she was doing was right, and she was prideful. Hubris leads to the fall, right? So
it's like you're saying that your actions have some kind of consequences.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, dude, that
who would have thought?
I know it's really bad at the beginning.
Sci-fi is interesting this year. These last 2 years, 2017, 2018.
Your sarcasm.
Consequences. Look at that.
But I'm gonna skip over a lot of stuff, and I'm just gonna tell you guys they have now brought the series to the Star Trek Mirror Universe, which for anyone who's a fan of Star Trek and knows the Mirror Universe, it's very interesting. In the Mirror Universe, the Federation is actually known as the Terran Empire, and they are xenophobic maniacs who are out just trying to murder all the aliens, and they just want to rule the universe. And they're essentially like the Klingons, but like even bigger than the Klingons.
There's a mirror universe within the Star Trek
universe. So when people are quote unquote evil and they have like the mustache and the goatee. Basically that. That's where that trope came from.
That trope, so that trope comes from an episode of Star Trek, the original series, called Mirror Mirror. And when they go to the other universe, they meet Spock, and the evil Spock has a goatee. And like Jaws was saying, that's where that trope comes from. That evil people have goatees is from that episode. It's pretty funny. So far, no one's had a goatee, though. I was actually, when you said that, I was actually really hoping to see someone have a goatee just as a joke and a shout out to it, but they didn't do it. So that was cool. I guess they didn't want to be too campy.
I thought they would have done something where it's like you're seeing the world through the eyes of someone from that universe, and
okay.
they would start their day and they would shave, but specifically the goatee area, and then they go about their day, and
That
then
would
you
be
find
pretty-
out, it's the other
in the mirror,
side.
They would
That is-
shave everything else. But
That is
the
pretty
goat.
funny.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
they're pretty. The Federation. They're pretty much like the Galra.
yeah, they're evil, man. And it's not even the Federation. It's called the Terran Empire. They have a whole different. Their logo is not a star.
It's a sword.
It's like the Earth
Yeah.
with a sword through it,
Yeah.
like
Wow.
a dagger, like a Klingon dagger.
What Seed Organization has on his desk.
So-
That's what the flag is.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was one thing I heard about this new Star Trek is the fact that it's called Discovery, but there's not much exploration happening.
No, I mean the whole show starts with the whole war. Like from the first episode, the war starts because of these decisions.
Kind of down. Gonna watch the show now.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And I mean, I love the Mirror Universe. I've always been a big fan. And the Mirror Universe is crossed over from the main universe because of the USS Defiant. The USS Defiant is a ship that takes place in Star Trek, the original series. And that ship goes through a portal and ends up in the Mirror Universe. But for some reason, they don't go through at the same time. They go back in time. And that's how it's linked to Star Trek Enterprise. Because Star Trek Enterprise has that there's an episode in the Mirror Universe of Star Trek Enterprise. I think it's called The Mirror Darkly. I might be wrong. But that episode, the whole episode ends up with them trying to get the USS Defiant, which is from the other universe. And it would also explain why they have a lot more advanced weaponry in the Mirror Universe, because they had a ship from like 50 years in the future that just showed up in their universe. Yeah, it's pretty crazy when you think of timelines and all that stuff. But it's if you're a geek and you're into Star Trek, it's really interesting. I know some people don't like Star Trek because most of Star Trek was diplomacy. Like Star Trek: The Next Generation was a lot of diplomacy and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why do you want to sell that to kids? But this Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Discovery is not about diplomacy. They're literally at war with the Klingons, and it's pretty fun.
Jeez.
So that's my rant, folks. That's my rant on Star Trek Discovery.
So that's
Check it
your
out.
view?
Yeah, I'd say check it out.
For my view, I mean, I've always been on the show of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Brop,
but really this season,
brop. Yo, they stepped it up.
because this season is their 5th season, and they're
Yeah.
on Friday nights, and they know what that means.
Yeah, Friday is your canceled
They
tonight.
know what that means. They know
Yeah.
that this could be their last one.
Yep.
So
yeah.
we're pulling up the weddings. We're pulling up. I mean, yeah, I'm going.
Oh, yeah?
I'm pulling.
You're
pulling.
spoiling?
I'm spoiling. I'm
Damn,
sorry,
I wish
David.
I'd watched those episodes.
No,
okay,
it's not
hit
that-
me. I'm good.
Essentially,
I'm
what
good.
they're doing is, have you seen how our man fit? Anyone who's watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
last season, they had to deal with the, what was it? Framework.
Yeah, the framework,
Right?
yeah.
So we got our own version of like Madame Hydra, and Quake was in there, Gemma was in there. Things were messed up. People almost didn't survive.
Yeah.
But those who did, you're like, you know what? Let's go eat, because we need to eat after this this terrible time.
Taking a page from the first Avengers movie
Exactly.
where you just eat at the end.
So they go eat. They think it's all going to be all good. What ends up happening is that lights go out. They get abducted.
yeah.
Phil Coulson wakes up and he's like, all right, time to get back to work. And he's in space.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, what's happening? Huh?
Yeah.
Agents of S.W.O.R.D.? No, that doesn't happen.
I know, that's what you thought, eh?
Definitely thought that.
I also thought that too.
Season starts, finds out that they have been jumped into the future some years. I don't know how many exactly.
One.
This guy with the joke. Yes, 1 year. No, not exactly. But a couple hundo years. And the world's been destroyed. The Kree has come and they basically rule over humans.
And yo, when you say destroyed, the Earth is shattered too. We're not talking like little destroyed, like nuclear.
Yeah, no.
It's like it's cracked.
You know, like when apple cores look like in
Yes,
cartoons? There's only the top and the bottom and the side. That's exactly what the
That
Earth
was
looks
scary.
like. So that's what happened with the Earth. I'm not going to get into full spoilers of what and who and whatever. But all you need to know is that the Kree rule over the small population of humans that are left. Phil Coulson and a small team, which includes Gemma, who got abducted like first day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get Gemma getting abducted
Because
all the time.
one of the things is Gemma's heart is too big.
Yeah.
You always punish
True.
the naive, innocent, loving ones.
She gets abducted.
Or the ones that are OP.
Yeah, or the ones that are OP.
OP meaning overpowered.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Gemma gets kidnapped, gets some sort of slug apparatus put into her ear, her hearing cut in the most painful way I've seen on television.
Yeah.
She's stripped away from her friends. She's a servant. She could die at any moment, but she somehow works her way through. Cool. What's her name?
Quake?
The cavalry.
Oh man, Ming.
Ming just leaves her.
Yeah.
just laughter.
Well, I mean, what is she supposed to do? She told her like she
Did you
pushed
say Ming? Isn't it Agent May?
May. Yeah, sorry. I think the actress's name is
Ming-Na.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Sorry,
why.
so we
My
call her
apologies.
Ming.
That's her real name.
We're on the first name basis.
Yeah, we tight like that.
Since ER, baby. Sorry. So,
remember, I was telling you guys, if I like an actor or actress, I know them by their government name. There you go.
So Ming leaves her. Coulson's still trying to figure out what's going on. They inject these apparatuses into their arms so that they can be tracked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were just going to be blown up. That looked like it hurt a lot.
Yo. Because it like punctures through your forearm.
Shouts to Yo-Yo, the only comic book inhuman still in the show that hasn't died.
Respect it.
Big props to Yo-Yo. Big props to Yo-Yo being with the other black man of the character who's been there since like season 3 and also hasn't died.
Brop.
Bong. And
they ain't out here killing black folks for once.
no, they are not killing black folks on. And then when we get to Fitz, have you gone to Fitz?
Yeah, I got to Fitz. Actually, the last episode I saw was where Fitz, the episode showing how Fitz gets there.
Tell me that wasn't one of the best episodes in the series history.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
Yeah, they bring back Lincoln.
No, exactly. No, not Lincoln.
Not the British dude.
The British dude who was with Mockingbird.
Yeah.
They bring him back to do this.
I'm going to look up his name while you keep telling the story.
So essentially, Fitz, his friends are transported to like 800 to 1,000 years into the future. Let's say 80 years into the future.
Yeah.
Fitz was left behind. Fitz then somehow tries to figure out a way to find his friend. He gets locked up in prison. And how long is he in prison for?
Yo, he's in prison.
A year?
I know he told what's his name. It's been 6 months that I've been trying to, I've been putting these messages, these coded messages in
things.
In
what took you so long?
Yeah, because they were allowing him to send letters to a soccer magazine.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, he's just sending letters. It's nothing. And there was actually coded messages.
Yeah, the CIA grabs him because they think he's responsible for making Full Coulson the rest of them leave.
Yeah.
So the CIA agrees to allow him to help them. He's in there for 6 months. They give him a bunch of books, a small TV to watch soccer. He's just ranting, going crazy slowly. You can see it.
He was trying though.
Yeah, he was trying.
I at first I thought he was just like delaying things, like he was just playing around, but he actually was trying.
To fast forward to the good part, essentially he finds himself cryogenically sleeping for about 85 years so that he can jump into the future and meet the rest of his team. Well, if that's not some fly shit, I don't know what is.
I think my favorite part is his way of jumping into the future to catch up with them is cryogenic sleep for 80 years.
Hey, Ex Machina is like if you gotta fall back on one, you're gonna fall back on sleeping in cryogenic sleep.
True.
Because that's Marvel.
His boy's name is Lance Hunter, by the way. That's
Lance Hunter. So Lance Hunter comes back, helps him. Anyways, Fitz gets into the future. All of a sudden, Fitz is the equivalent of Star-Lord.
Yeah. Yes.
My dude is doing crazy things to save his woman. He does. By this episode that's coming up on Friday, the team has been reunited. May is up on the surface, which when you watch the show, you'll realize you don't want to be on the surface of Earth right now in this future.
Oh, she's there. Okay,
she's there.
Is her leg okay though?
No.
Okay, because
her leg is very bad.
In the first episode of this season, she gets stabbed through the leg.
Yep.
And then they just never reference that afterwards again. Like
weird.
Phil says like, "Oh, her leg's not 100%."
Yeah,
what do you mean 100%? She has a hole in it.
Yeah, she has a hole. There was a pipe because she materialized in the future into the pipe.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And everyone's like, "I want teleportation now."
So
no, you don't.
Yeah. So she had to break the pipe off and then pull it through her leg.
Yep.
So anyway, sorry.
So all this to say, watch S.H.I.E.L.D. because it may be its last season, and I mean,
true.
I don't think you know what, the internet gods and Marvel's not going to let this show go out without like a big bang. So we'll get a season 6, but that may be its last if this doesn't perform as well. And everyone's like, "Oh, well, Friday shows are suffering." You don't say.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of rough that they put them on Friday because when you get put on Friday, if you're a show. Like, I was listening to a podcast today where one of the actors was talking about, they put us on Tuesday evenings after the highest rated show, and they're replaying us on Wednesday after the second highest rated show.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's like, that's how you know they love you.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not like they put us on a Friday or on a Saturday. And I was like, yeah, that's rough.
Friday's a kiss of death. Fringe.
Yeah, it is.
Fringe. Every show we love.
Yep.
Fridays. Malcolm in the Middle.
Do you know?
Really?
Do you know any show that came back from the brink of the kiss of death? Like maybe Family Guy.
We would have to look
maybe
that up.
Family Guy. Maybe.
I want to know shows that just came back from Fridays.
That is interesting.
I don't think there's any show that's been moved to a Friday that survived and got moved to another day to live on.
Maybe Futurama. Maybe because remember there was a big swath of shows that died and then it came back. So like I know Futurama and Family Guy were probably the two that came back like that.
Futurama was, they were like Sundays. So
okay, never mind. I'm guessing. I'm
like Malcolm ended on Malcolm in the Middle was on Sundays. It ended on Fridays and it died there. Fringe was on Tuesdays. It ended on Fridays and it died there.
Yeah.
Same thing with Glee.
But I thought the Malcolm in the Middle actually like finished their series kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
they might let you run out your show.
Yeah.
But they know they're moving you to Friday because they don't care.
Gotta wrap it up, B.
Yeah, Bernie Mac.
Gotta wrap it up.
So, yeah.
Sad. Okay, so you're saying
Shield.
Agents of Shield. Watch it. Yeah, I
watch
agree
it just
too.
because it's Fridays, and we got to pay homage to a show that was good for at least season 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I can agree with all that.
Well, you didn't watch it.
I did watch it. I watched.
You watch it sparingly. Like you'd be like, "Oh, I'll catch up," and watch like 6 episodes.
Yeah, but
like, you weren't in it.
I wasn't in it on a week to week
No.
because it wasn't as strong. But it's good now. Season 4 and season 5 though, legit worth it. I 100% respect.
And why is that? It's like that build up is because you get the build ups from 2 and 3.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true. You do. It's a lot of build up. That's
Tobi,
fair.
you were saying.
I dropped out in season 3. I feel like Doc kind of fell around the same time I did because season 3 just I don't know.
3 was
the one where
oh yeah, they force the Inhumans down your throat.
Yeah, and that was one where Ward was this. That's
the bad guy again.
Transforming into what was the name?
The dark. Basically, he was just
the
mad
squid
evil
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stopped there. So, but hearing you talk about season 4 last year and now season 5, I'm like,
No, 3. Yeah.
Can I just skip all of 3 and start?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You honestly can.
Yeah, you can.
Because all you need to know is that they acquire Yo-Yo.
Yep.
And they try to do the underground agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. there with the secret agents.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Is Ghost Rider season 4?
Yeah.
Ghost Rider season 4.
And Ward is 100% dead now.
Yeah. So you don't need season 3.
Yeah. I mean,
season 3 is just gathering Inhumans that half of them already died, and the only ones they kept was Yo-Yo and Quake.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Skip season 3.
Yeah. Hop on 4 and hit up 5 because 5 is going really well. I think the writers were just like, we know we might not get to tell the rest of this story, so let's tell a good story this season, and it's been working.
Man, how about they just write every season of every show like their lives depended on it?
I mean, I would love that. Sometimes I wonder if it's budget. I mean, like we always talk.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about the CW. You can't have Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and now Supergirl. I don't think you can do all 4 of those at their top game with all because that's expensive. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I get so.
I love how CW won't put any of those hero shows on Fridays though.
Oh yeah, because they respect the shows.
That's rough.
So you mean the Marvel TV and movie universe as such separate entities under Disney that Disney can't funnel more money into them?
They won't.
Look at Inhumans.
They're not going to funnel more money.
Look at Inhumans.
That was a lot of money in Inhumans.
Was Inhumans on Fridays?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
it was a Friday. It started, dude. S.H.I.E.L.D. is probably suffering so bad now on Fridays because Inhumans was in its slot before.
Yeah.
And then right after Inhumans, then they were like, oh yeah, new season of S.H.I.E.L.D. People are like, but y'all just gave us
doo-doo, pure doo-doo.
We don't want to see what you're gonna do with S.H.I.E.L.D. if you're giving us this doo-doo on Fridays. Like,
oh man, yeah, that was rough. I
didn't even watch Inhumans, and
they
that's
did them
how
dirty.
You know it's bad.
Yeah, I never
Marvel
watched
thing
it.
That I'm not watching.
Agreed. Props right there.
Runaways maybe.
Yeah, Runaways is good.
Runaways.
Okay, well, we're gonna let Tobi go because it's his turn. Tobi, hit us.
So I had 2 shows down, but I'm actually probably only talk about one, and that one is Black Mirror.
Oh, okay. I watched it. It's dope.
Now, for those, I mean, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what it is, it's a British sci-fi sort of TV show created by Charlie Brooker, and kind of looks at our modern society, particularly with regards to the unanticipated consequences of new technologies.
Oh, that's an actual segment.
Yeah, so every episode is standalone, so you don't need to watch episode 1, 2, 3 in a row. You can watch season 4, episode 1, and go back to season 1, episode 2. They all stand alone.
It's a nice anthology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a Twilight Zone kind of thing. Modern day Twilight Zone.
Exactly. It's very refreshing, and when it first came out on Netflix, that's the only time I knew it was a thing anyway. All 3 seasons were out, so you got to binge watch this strange new phenomenon, and you're like, whoa, this actually could be something that could happen if we let technology, cell phone run rampant, like social media access, and what the consequences of that could potentially be. The whole thing about Black Mirror is it takes place in that dystopian alternate universe sort of, but still kind of familiar to us in a way. what I would like to point out about season, by the way, it's all on Netflix, season 1 through 4.
Yeah.
What I would like to point out about season 4, though, for some reason, this season doesn't hit me as well as the first 3 did.
Oh, really?
The first 3 seasons, first of all, had 3 episodes each.
Yeah.
So I feel like they actually had the time to kind of spend on the story aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the shocking part is almost like an added bonus. Whereas in season 4, I felt like you're almost anticipating like the twist.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. The stories to me, and certain of them, and I can name you which ones aren't. I don't want to give away spoilers because it's one of those shows where like you say one thing and it gives away the whole thing.
Yeah.
The stories kind of don't grip me as much, or didn't grip me as much as the first 3 seasons. Because I guess I spent my whole time expecting a twist. It's kind of weird in that way. Not to say the show wasn't good, but I felt like I was expecting more. And
I feel like
the whole point of me mentioning 3 episodes for the first 3 seasons is the fact that
first 2 seasons.
4,
first 2 seasons.
First 2 seasons. Sorry, yeah. Season 4 has 6 episodes. So I feel like, that's where quality and quantity kind of, we talk about like Marvel shows where you lose that a little bit, right?
I said the exact same thing when I think I even did it on the Blame LeVar segment I did. I talked about the last episode, Black Museum. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know if the rest of you saw it, but
I got an interesting fact about that one, but you continue.
Yeah, 2 of the stories in Black Museum were also stories that were kind of like, if you guys listen to the Ricky Gervais podcast.
That's amazing. That was my fact.
Oh yeah, because I recognized the stories when they were doing them, and I was just like, I've heard these stories before, and then I remembered, Ricky Gervais show, Carl Pilkington came up with these weird ideas, and they're the exact same ideas that are in that story. I don't want to tell you.
There's a YouTube video that kind of depicts what he's saying and literally showing you clip by clip.
Oh wow!
As he's talking, and you're seeing it play out. You're like, whoa! They literally took word for word everything he's saying.
Yep.
Is it where he says she? It's a he. Like, they change characters around, but the situation and what's happening is the same. And Carl Pilkington on the Ricky Gervais show is kind of like the village idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry, not village idiot. Idiot savant.
Yes.
In a sense that like, you think he's dumb, but the things he's saying, if you actually really look and forget all the nonsense around there,
I'm sending you a high five.
It actually makes sense.
Because I always said that about his character. I remember listening to those episodes, and I remember I listened to those episodes years ago, because I didn't watch them on HBO when they did the show. I actually listened to the original podcast, and when he did the first story about the medical one, about medical devices, and I listened to it, and I was just like, hey man, that's actually not a bad idea. And Ricky and Steven are destroying him, talking about how it's like the stupidest concept ever, and they're just making fun of this dude, and I'm like...
And what's funny is Ricky word for word says that's the stupidest idea for a movie I've ever heard in my life.
And
then I'm
like, maybe we should look up to see who has writing credits on that episode.
I did because someone no. But someone else said the same thing. Someone's like, maybe that's where the writers got the idea, and I looked it up, and
I know. About to get in trouble.
They obviously don't credit him, and you can always attribute things like this to sort of a parallel thinking kind of thing. So they're not going to get sued for something that Carl Pilkington said randomly.
Damn close parallel thinking though.
It's very close.
Yeah.
They're not going to believe that an idiot said this, right? Steal all the ideas.
Black Mirror is just like listening to podcasts, writing down ideas, making
exactly.
shows.
So it always, for me, it goes to show that bigger isn't always better. Like, we want more a lot as fans, but what are we willing to lose to get more? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the interesting point about this is people have actually looked online before this, and I realized people actually have the same sentiment as me as far as the feel of this season. Not to say the quality, like the show is still really good. If you want to compare it to all the other shows out there, it's still in the top tier. But it's just not as good as the last show. It's kind of like that rapper that first comes out and he's really hungry, and you can feel his hunger in his music. And then 2 or 3 albums deep, you're like, I want the old one. I want the old guy back.
We love old Kanye.
Yeah, exactly. Or the old Jay-Z. But yeah, exactly. It just has that same feel, but not saying that what they're putting out right now is garbage.
Yeah, that's right.
And the producer, I guess, or the creator of the show, he's saying as a counter argument that that's the whole point of Black Mirror, is to have people argue, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Trying to provoke heated responses, and apparently he's loving every minute of what's happening.
Yeah,
Because Black Mirror is designed as a form of like mini torture. It's kind of like our flaws as a society are amplified for cautionary tales of sci-fi. You know what I mean? So
some of those stories this season, though, Crocodile, I thought was over the top, but
over the top. The USS Callister one I had a bit of an issue with. Because it wasn't really Black Mirror-esque in the sense that like this is what the consequences of technology. It was more like this is what a guy who's repressed would do with technology. You know what I mean? It's like it's nothing. It still has that like, whoa, this is messed up what he does. I'll just give a brief little synopsis. This is a guy who created a company with someone else, but he gets no respect from the employees because he's like, he's shy, he's timid, doesn't really speak up. The other guy speaks up and he's powerful. So in the office, he's kind of like, the runt.
Yeah.
This new girl comes in the office, gives him all the attention, and then you just start to see how he handles how everyone else treats him.
Yeah.
Once he starts getting in a relationship with this girl. And when I say relationship, I don't mean they're together.
No, just interacting,
you'll see. So it's still a pretty good story. I just feel like it could have been left out. It's pretty much what I'm saying. It could have been left out of this season of Black Mirror. Because it doesn't have that same it doesn't give you that same, what's it called, be careful warning, this is where technology could lead. It's kind of like another TV show about a crazy guy. You know what I mean?
The warning in that episode was more like beware of socially awkward white men.
Yeah, there was no lesson. There was no
lesson
lesson in that episode, is what I'm saying. So
that's an old joke.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's a cool episode. It's kind of like Star Trek-esque, and I liked it, but I just didn't think it was Black Mirror-esque.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a Chris Rock joke you were saying. Yeah.
I remember what's his name?
I'm more afraid of white boys with trench coats than I am, kids in the ghetto.
I remember what's his name had that kind of joke. Dane Cook or Milton from Office Space. My stapler. I want my stapler back.
Oh,
and he burns down the whole place.
Milton's
Seriously.
my dude. Anybody that looks like Milton at a job, I just make sure to be best friends with that guy.
Hey, yo, man, how you doing? Here's a little cookie crisp or something. There you go, man. Here you go. Enjoy that.
We cool.
The Miltons will burn that place down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dane Cook had a joke where he was always friends with that dude, and when he goes around killing everybody, he goes around with the gun, he sees you, gives you a nod, keeps going.
Oh God!
He just ignored, all right, we're cool, and he just keeps going. You're like, oh man.
Yeah, in this story, it goes, it's essentially that this guy is like socially awkward and dangerous, and you should probably be a little concerned about the type of person he is. And that's the thing. One of the things about Black Mirror is, and I agree with what Tobi's saying, that usually there's kind of like a lesson to it about the technology or about society, and in this one, the lesson really.
Be nice to people.
There's more. Maybe there's a little bit of a lesson of like be careful what you put online, but that's a very small.
It wasn't even that. This was a guy he extract DNA. Anyway, I don't want to give it away.
Oh, no, but not that part. I'm talking about the other part where someone was being blackmailed by their. Anyways, but
yes.
People should check it out. People should watch the show.
But I would recommend the show absolutely. Still, I just wanted to give a bit of a critique on the 4th season. I feel like next season I'm okay with 3 if it means I get 3 quality episodes. Matter of fact, last season we had an episode that won like a bunch of Emmys and whatever.
Yeah, San Junipero.
Yeah. Right. That to me was one of the best things on TV ever. So there's a reason why. Yeah. Anyway, go watch Black Mirror. Recommend it. 10 on 10 for me, to be honest. I love that show.
Bong bong. JawzD is going to be hitting us with some Transformer Titans Returned, which I'm very excited to hear about. Homie, hit me. No, it's no.
Of course. Well, I mean, okay. I'm trying not to spike here, so I'm gonna speak over it.
Yeah, you're good.
So basically, it's Titans Return. So there's a toy line attached with this and everything.
As usual.
So basically, in this story, it takes place on a dying Cybertron.
Oh.
And
okay, bad news already.
The Titans return, and one of them is Triplicon, and so Triplicon comes back. And starts wrecking up everything. And
did this come out just in time for that toy to come out too?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
Pretty much. This is all talking about the new toys and setting up new toys and new storylines.
We didn't talk about this, and we'll probably talk about it in another episode. But Toys That Made Us talks exactly about that.
Yeah,
well, that was the 80s.
Yeah, but they're still doing it because it's
this is
crazy.
The brand new Triplicon and stuff they're kind of showing off. So this is part of the Wars Trilogy, basically. So it's continuing off the last toy line that was going on.
So wait, Prime Wars. So this has something to do with Powers of the Primes?
Yeah. So
Man,
the ending is Power of the Primes, basically.
Oh, okay.
So this is the second one. I forgot the first one. I think it's the Combiner Wars is the first one. So Titan Wars is the second one, and so we have Wingblade. She can talk to Metroplex, basically.
Oh yes, I heard that.
Yes. So her and Metroplex are kind of like bonded together, and Metroplex is trying to save the Autobot city, but he's like wounded pretty badly from the last war that just happened.
Is it, he is the Autobot city, isn't he?
Yes, but like there's this other city around him. So yeah, it's complicated, man.
Okay.
Like it's not, he's not just the city. Like everyone builds around him. So like you learn that
he's the city, they're the suburbs.
So like you learn that each Titan basically kind of like shoots off into space. They find a planet, they terraform it, and then the Transformers kind of go there and they make their city around that. Blah, 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 blah.
So they just sit there as a big like.
Yeah, they just chill out. They chill out until like some big threat happens, and then they actually transform, and then they go out and fight and protect. Blah 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 blah.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's kind of like the
sad,
thing.
lonely existence, but it works.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's,
but it's not just one of them.
Yeah. So this one was Metroplex, and then you had Trypticon that was like wrecking everything. And then they had to awaken Fortress Maximus.
Yeah.
And so
this question: Trypticon is as big as Fortress, which is bigger than Metroplex.
Historically, Metroplex and Trypticon are supposed to be the same size.
Okay, that's what
they're
I thought.
supposed to be the two that fight each other.
Yes,
basically.
yes.
But in this one, they kind of move past that.
Okay.
And then it's basically Fortress Maximus versus Trypticon.
Okay.
In the
and then
series.
just to give people a concept of scale, Omega Supreme, or what's his name?
Omega Supreme is the one with the track and the rocket.
He's way smaller. He's the same size as Devastator.
I think old school toy. I think he's maybe a little bit bigger. I thought he was a little bit bigger than that.
But then so it's those two, like Devastator and Omega Supreme.
It's like Devastator, Mega Supreme, Metroplex,
and then Fortress,
Metroplex and Trypticon.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then Fortress Maximus is like as big as like a 5-year-old kid or something. Like
okay,
cool. Well, I mean not 5-year-old,
no,
kid, like maybe 3-year-old, like in
actuality.
actuality. Like he's pretty big and heavy.
Yeah.
Trypticon and Fortress Maximus have this big fight, and basically all the Autobots. There's no more Decepticons now, basically, and there's Megatron still there, and he's kind of sitting back, seeing how things play out.
Yeah.
He's not really, I'm gonna run to the front. He's like, no, let me. I got some questions here. Let's see what happens.
Wait, who's doing this?
Megatron. So
that's
every time everyone sees Megatron, oh, it's your fault. And he's like, I didn't do anything. I literally did nothing this time.
Hey man, I'm just on vacation.
And they still have a few of the combiners there. So they have Computron, Menasor, what's his name, Devastator, and Victorion, the newest,
the female one.
Yeah. So she's kind of like the
red
leader.
and green.
Yeah, red and green. She's like the leader of them and stuff. And like, there's a really nice fight scene with Megatron and them, and Megatron just throwing them around like they're nothing, like boop 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 boop, just taking them down, pop 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 pop. Like, well, because remember, he used to be a gladiator before he became Megatron.
Okay.
So he knows how to fight, knows how to handle himself. And but all that happens. Optimus Prime is there too. Sadly, in the end of it, should I go into spoilers or just leave it as is?
Hey man, it's your story. If you think it's worth it that people should check it out and you don't want to spoil it, don't spoil it. But if you think even spoiling it, people would still want to see it.
Yeah. So basically, there's a new baddie in town. He comes in and wrecks the new leader of the Autobots, which is I forgot her name. She's some kind of like priestess kind of thing.
And she's a new leader of the Autobots.
Yeah. Now again, own trilogy. It's not continuing off of G1 or anything like that. It's its own little contained
which is
thing.
fine. When they introduce these new leaders, though, do they have like have these bots just been there? Or
I guess they've just been there.
Did they just like grow up with like a Hot Rod or something, or did they?
Well, what's even more messed up is that Hot Rod was there. Rodimus was there in the old show, Combiner Wars.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? I don't feel my leadership was sound enough, and he gives back the matrix of leadership, basically.
Yeah.
And so he becomes Hot Rod again.
This is in the movies.
This is in this show.
Oh, so they're taking cues from the movie though. Because isn't that what happens in
that's what happens in the TV show.
The cartoon. Yes,
After,
the G1 cartoon. That's true. Sorry.
Season 3.
Yes.
So that happens, and there's this new guy named Overlord, this new baddie that we don't know a lot about, but we know he's really strong. He takes out the new Autobot leader, and he ends up giving, like, he defeats Hot Rod and gives him this like weird thing, but we don't know what it is yet. But we do see at the end of this series that Hot Rod is like dark and evil looking now. You know, so
which is isn't there a dark evil looking Hot Rod? The purple,
black and purple one.
Yeah. So
that plays into Power of the Primes and setting all that up.
Okay.
So basically, at the end of this series, Trypticon is defeated, but then a new evil arises, and it's not even Overlord that I talked about. It's not Megatron. It's something else completely different.
Of course.
So basically that happens, and I mean, the show is basically 10 episodes long, and they're all 11 minutes long, right?
Oh, okay.
They're really, really, really short, but a lot of times not much happens. You kind of get
really
that.
Selling this show.
I'm not. I feel it's like a 6 out of 10.
Oh, man.
I feel bad. Like the part that I liked was. The part I really liked.
Hey, Josh, just remember to never let you sales pitch for my company.
Yeah, no, man. Because I remember when Brian did a View the Right Thing, and he said, "Don't watch this."
Yeah. I've said that.
Right. It was like the anti.
Anti.
I did the whole review.
But this thing is just it's such a low bar. Like you could just watch and be like, oh, okay, that was okay. I kind of get what they're, but. Like, it's not great, but, like, there's moments where there's like, oh, wow, this was really cool. Like, Overlord showing up and getting introduced was really cool.
Yeah.
Megatron's characterization, which is apparently more in line with what they're doing with him in IDW, is way more like, I'm playing this out. I'm going to play this by ear. Let's see what happens. I can fight you, but I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to tell you something happened.
He's not always just pure evil. Sometimes he's just a conniving guy in the background who's just like, I want to see how you guys mess each other up. Then I might come in and
like I'm giving you time to do something, but it didn't pan out. So well,
So let me ask you then, who do you recommend watch this? Is this for like the casual first time person? Like,
is it a good point to jump in?
I mean the what do you call it? The amount of time to spend to watch it is super low.
Oh, okay.
Because each episode, it's 10 episodes, and they're all 11 minutes long. The investment, there we go. The investment of time is super low. So I mean, if you want to see
investments need payout. Is there any payout?
I do not feel the payout is worth it.
Well, are you saying okay? So you're saying the gems those little gems you mentioned are not worth watching it for?
Yeah, exactly. Like they're worth it for me. It's worth it. I mean, it's worth it for me to watch and be like, whatevs. But I mean, if I had to tell people to watch, I'd be like, nah, it's okay. I watched it. This guy's cool. Maybe these 2 episodes and you're good. But other than that, nah.
You already made the highlights for 2018 with this one.
That's what I do, man.
That was great, though.
I put them up on the boards, man. That's what I do.
I like how just like the investment doesn't equal the payout, and even and it's
like Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, bust.
Don't start the crypto.
Yo, man, get your payouts now before it goes too low.
Oh damn!
But the thing I did want that was actual View the Right Thing. Was Bruno Mars' remix of Finesse. That you should watch. Because that is a nice, like, hardcore homage to In Living Color.
Yes.
And it's like what's surprising is that
it's the original, not the original set, but they remade the set.
It's the original soundstage they were on.
Oh damn!
And he remade the set.
Oh, okay. So it is pretty much.
Funny enough, this is kind of one of those things to me, like where the internet just tells you things before you even see something. So I've never watched or heard this song, and I don't want to for some reason because of how much attention it's getting.
That's me in Stranger Things.
That's so weird because I listened to all of his album 24 Cat, which is surprisingly that's 2016. Already.
So
he's being smart.
Was on there?
Yeah. That song was on there, and that was my favorite song of that album.
They all do that.
How are you gonna pull a Thriller and release a song for the video for a song?
Because I was listening to that song, I was like, this is the best song on the album. Why isn't this a video yet? Why is this the video? Why is Versace a video? Why isn't this the video? Why? Like, I was super pissed. And then
what's funny about that is like sometimes artists will put out an album and most popular songs don't get videos. It's weird.
Yeah, no. But I mean,
I'm guessing it's a budget thing sometimes too. Like, you never know.
But it is a thing that they do now, where they're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold off on releasing a song and trickle these out, so I keep myself in like the public's eye until I get my new album. Because even Kanye was gonna do that. Spaceship was supposed to come out as another music video from the earlier album, but then they did Jesus Walks from the next album, and then they scrapped Spaceship, right? Yeah, is the name from the first one, because they're just like, because it was too close, and they're just like, people aren't gonna understand which album it's from.
No, Spaceship's on. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking
Spaceship's
about.
on the first one. Jesus Walks on the next one.
No, Jesus Walk is on College Dropout. You're talking about Diamonds, probably.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
they made a video for Diamonds though.
They did make a video for Diamonds, so okay.
Yeah, they did. That was his first single.
He made a video for Jesus Walks. He didn't make a video for Spaceships because...
No, I know, but they made the video for Spaceship.
Okay, but they
they
never
scrapped
released
it because of the fact that, and I thought it was Jesus Walks, but I'm not sure which
Song
other
it
video
was.
was.
Okay.
But whatever it was, that song was on the next album. And they said it wouldn't make sense because people wouldn't understand if they released these two videos so close to each other, which album you're supposed to get it
Whichever
from.
video you put out first for...
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Sorry.
I feel like I've seen the video for Spaceships.
Oh, you can find it. It's not finished. Like there's like a bootleg version of it online where there's they have like green screens and it's just like insert graphic written on the screen. It's pretty funny.
But I think even David Allen Greer gave like a shout out.
And good things about this song, right?
Which song?
The finesse track.
What was the question? Sorry.
I said, and you're saying good things about this, right?
Yeah. A lot of like glowing.
Because I've heard a lot of negatives, so I'm wondering, like, what do you think about that as well? You know, people saying that like culture appropriation thing coming back again, and why are
Bruno Mars?
Yeah, I've heard that.
You know what I say? That
What
Bruno,
is he a mix of?
He's like
Jackson.
Filipino and something else. Yeah, I feel Bruno Mars is American. He's a mix of everybody in America.
He's been jacking Michael
Exactly.
Jackson swag since...
No. When he was a kid, he was like the youngest Elvis impersonator on the island of Hawaii, and you can find a video of that. And so,
I mean,
this guy's been putting
like
in work
82
since he
Jack.
was a kid, since he was a
Yeah,
child.
I don't necessarily. I think this is one of those things where people are just reaching.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
Bruno
think-
Mars to me. To be honest,
He's one of the last showmen.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
This is honestly that whole thing about. I just hate when it comes up because a lot of things just get lumped into it for no reason.
Yes.
This being it, one of them.
Yeah, I've had conversations with people where people are talking about whitewashing, and they're talking about. I mean, we've had this conversation. Iron Fist was called whitewashing when I
Right.
regularly said, "I'm like, you can't count it as whitewashing
Iron Fist
When
is
when
white.
the
original
character is
source
white."
Yeah.
Iron
If
Fist is white.
Exactly.
if the source material is white, how are you whitewashing
The
something?
source material could be whitewashed.
Yeah.
but Iron
One
Fist
thing I thought was
itself-
interesting was that people usually only call out whitewashing when something's bad, but when it's actually good, they kind of They don't. Well, like look at apparently BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
There's a girl that's a character that's Asian, but she's played by Aubrey Plaza or something like that.
Yeah, not Audrey Plaza. She's played by Annie from.
Well, white girl.
Yeah.
But the character's
Alison
supposed to be
Brie.
Asian. So, but no one really complains.
The
about
thing is though, the character is not quote unquote Asian. She's just
American.
She's an American character.
That looks...
Oh.
She was she's an Asian person born in America who doesn't have any Asian characteristics.
Why couldn't
other
you get
than-
a actual Asian woman that was born in America? You know, like, I mean, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying that
I totally
sometimes
hear
we-
what you're
we-
saying.
We kind of gloss over a lot of things.
and it's
but-
funny.
I think that's one of those ones that doesn't count either. Like it's the voice of an American Chinese girl. It could be anyone
that could have been an Asian American actress doing that.
It could have been. It could have been, but it didn't need to be.
He's not wrong that there are people who would make the argument
And
for
I'm
it.
not saying I agree, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we kind of, we don't like this because it's quote unquote bad or it's not of quality. But when it's of quality, we're kind of like, we'll just
You
let
know
it
what
slide.
though?
Give it
You
the
ain't
pass.
wrong. If people are gonna complain about whitewash, I mean, what was the other thing? Because other people are complaining about Apu being done by Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
To the
which
point
is-
where they're killing off the poo.
Yeah, they're killing him off, right?
Because of
it's
it, yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because there's a guy who's making a movie.
Yeah, and he's proud of himself.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's right because he explains how upset he was growing up, having that as the representation of.
Oh, I got a better.
I guess Skinny doesn't agree.
I got a better
You
one.
had Haji from like Johnny Quest. Go after Hanna-Barbera. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I got
if that was out today, they'd do the same thing.
Well, you know what
would.
they did in the New Adventures of Johnny Quest? They didn't have Haji.
that's true.
Yeah,
They got rid of
just
straight
Haji.
up didn't.
But that's
do
it.
that.
You just
I had a better one though of the Apu. Like there was a kid in my grade who was Sri Lankan, and he was pissed off over Apu. But not because Apu was Indian, it's because Apu's last name is too long to be actually Indian, and that would be more akin to, from what I understood, of Sri Lankan. Sri Lankan names are usually very long too.
Yeah, because it's like historically, it's a long. Yeah. So it's
because
it's like different family name or different names linked together.
Yeah. So he was like, that person isn't, that character is not Indian. They're just putting a foolish like. I mean, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I would love to watch that documentary that the guy's making, because I know he's doing it as a joke, but there's a lot of South Asian, East Indian actors and actresses who are in it and who have a lot of things to say about it. Yeah. Like they're legit upset about the representation. So, and I also, you know why I'm okay with Apu being killed off? Because the show needs to die. The Simpsons is running on almost 30 years. It needs to end.
It's an institution.
No.
You can send your kids to it.
Nah, man.
More or less.
No.
Like,
there shouldn't be.
The last of what's holding my 90s and my okay, so the world I live in is still okay, is The Simpsons being on Sundays at Fox. I don't care if it's good.
I can't wait till Disney.
Simpsons on Sundays at Fox.
Skinny.
That's amazing. I agree.
Let the past.
You know what I mean, though, Toby? Like,
I agree, man.
It doesn't have
I can't
to be
wait
good.
till Disney kills it.
The last bit of so the remnants of our world of living in the world.
Think about it. He's right.
Thinking of the world without internet is knowing that The Simpsons are always going to be on Fox Sundays. Bonk. That's all I know.
But it's
Raw's
not a
on
good
Monday
show
night.
anymore.
I just said, forget if it's good.
Skinny.
Fox Sunday, Monday Night Raw Mondays. We need those. We need those to hold it.
Skinny.
You start doing that, and then
the foundation.
what are you gonna
Skinny?
Tell me? No. You need to stop with Skinny. What are you gonna put on Sundays at 8?
Anything other than that.
Shh.
Bob's Burgers.
What are you gonna put
7
Sundays
seasons good so far.
7 seasons.
Are you
good
gonna
so
leave me
far.
hanging?
Okay. If it was so good, wouldn't it have gone to 8 o'clock slot?
Why would you? You already have something in the 8 o'clock slot.
Exactly.
But the 8 o'clock slot is filled with something that sucks and needs to die.
Bury your past.
You're telling me the
it needs to die.
You're telling me you guys are telling me the
past.
You're gonna okay. I'm gonna go over you right now.
No, I'm just going. I'm just doing Kylo Ren. That's all I'm doing.
You're telling me that the Fox network does not know that The Simpsons is a bad show.
Oh, that's the thing. They know.
Okay, so if Bob's Burgers,
they know a lot of things are bad.
Was
at Fox.
up to that part, regardless of it being 7 seasons and good, you don't think it would have replaced it?
The only thing that
at one point, Family Guy was right underneath there at 8:30. At one point, Family Guy almost replaced The Simpsons, and actually, Family Guy did replace The Simpsons, and they put The Simpsons at 7:30.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
You remember that?
Yeah,
but they didn't do that.
Who
with
watches
Bob's,
TV at 7:30?
But they didn't do that with Bob's Burgers.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Simpsons and Fox knows that it's bad, but Fox is all about money, and The Simpsons is dirt cheap to produce now. Because I'm sure you could feed all the episodes into The Simpsons into a computer and just tell it what the episodes are going to be, and it would just generate the episode for you.
So basically like South Park.
Yeah.
Like a South Park.
Yeah, because that's how South Park, because they already have so many of the pieces and the shots done, right? Don't they just reuse?
I would get that out of here before Simpsons.
Yeah, I agree. I'm saying get rid of...
they're trying.
Are they though?
Are they trying to get rid of South Park?
No. I mean, at least the guys in South Park are trying, and they're even like doing existential stuff where they're like they bring back Terrence and Phillip, and they're like Terrence and Phillip are old, so that's Matt and Trey, and they're questioning like why are we still doing this?
Oh God!
Like
good.
they're like looking at themselves.
Meta. They're going meta. That's fair.
Meta.
That's fair. Okay, guys, we're gonna play a little clip. Sorry.
Look at Bruno Mars. Finesse. Do the right thing.
And watch The Simpsons.
We're going to play a quick little message for you guys. This is a throwback, a PSA, anti-drug PSA. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The diamond rings, yeah, you make a lot of money and you make it fast. You get busted, you going straight to a jail cell, man. What's going on? Police are getting serious. I don't mean to this, but you gotta get out of this. Straight up, man, it's a known fact. It ain't enough money that can get your life back. Straight up, freeze. Straight up, freeze. Straight up, police. Yo, little brother, what's up with these drugs? You wanna make a lot of money and be a thug? You want these fancy cars to flaunt your money? But then you go to jail like all the other drugs. Straight up, it ain't cool. You know it ain't safe. So you got a 9mm in your face. It's a game you can't win, so don't try to play. Let's spread the word from New York to LA. We're here to tell you that drugs are for suckers. Straight up, police. Straight up, freeze. Straight up.
We're we're back. What's up, everybody? Geektastic Cypher. We're going into our last segment of the show. This is Geek News and Rumors. We got a long list, so we're going to go through it, and we don't have to rush because there's no one after us, so we can actually enjoy it for once. First off, let's start it off with Hulu, because there's a whole bunch of Hulu news. I didn't realize so many things were happening at Hulu these days.
I was hoping my View to Right thing would, dovetail nicely into this new news.
I think it does, because it's that, and then we played that horrible 80s PSA, 80s, 90s PSA, and then it goes into Living Single is coming to Hulu.
Woo, yeah!
So
I don't care.
See, how you care so much about The Simpsons, but not about Living Single?
Because I saw Living Single when it was on.
And it was good.
What do I need to watch it again for?
Rewatch it. It's good.
Oh, I want to hear
it. Holds up.
I actually, are you telling me you've literally never rewatched the show?
No, I've rewatched shows.
Oh, there you go.
I just don't need to rewatch Living Single.
Yeah, go ahead, Tobes.
I've never watched Living Single.
And you're not missing much.
I mean, it was a good show.
It was good. Yo, man, that show has Kratos on it.
The guy who does the voice for Kratos in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to explain that, Josh.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
gonna try not.
First of all, what's the show about and who's in it?
Living Single was a
single black women in New York who are single.
Is it New York?
It is New York.
Oh yeah,
and they're single.
A lot. So Queen Latifah and her two Queen Latifah's in it.
Yeah.
And her two.
Are you saying you didn't like Friends either, though?
This came out. This actually came out before. No,
I know.
Okay, sorry.
He's saying he doesn't find it interesting a show about.
No,
single.
it was an interesting show, and it had good points, and they're actually really, really, really big story arcs.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering.
It's just four single women.
Oh, okay.
It's like
hold up.
Yeah.
Which came first then? This or Sex and the City?
This. Yeah. This by far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was it was Queen Latifah, Tootie.
Yeah.
The woman that played Tootie, Kim Fields, I think.
Yeah.
Kim Fields. Yeah.
Alexandra.
Oh. You're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
don't look at me. I like how you're like turning your head towards me.
It's Khadijah, her cousin Regine, and then her other cousin. What's the last? No, I remember. Sorry, I really like this. I really like this show. I'm gonna try not to yell into this mic.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with you, but like I haven't done that once, and I'm talking just.
Well, you have how many years of experience
on the radio?
On the radio,
Truth.
And I'm actually using real mics. I've just been like grilling it the whole time.
Yeah. This guy knows Living Single. Like,
yeah. Well, because
I'm gonna let you look up more information on that.
My favorite thing about the show was Max and Kyle Barker.
Yeah.
And those two were like the two foils. They would always diss each other constantly. And they were super hilarious. Like they were just boom, boom, boom with the snaps. And then the big like surprise thing is that they get together, but they still snapping on each other hard.
It wasn't even a surprise.
So before, remember in Scrubs, you had the main doctor that JD really liked, and then his wife, and they're always crapping on each other all the time. And then they get a divorce, and they're quite happy with the divorce. Like these two characters came before them.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, the characters on the show are archetypes that have become very popular, and that's one of the reasons that I think Hulu was just like, well, you know what, we're gonna snatch up the rights to it because it was a popular show. And I mean, I say this 100% honestly, 2018 is the year of black entertainment. Black Lightning is coming. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Is that the only reason you like it? Like, what makes you excited to have this specific show back?
Get him, Toby.
Because I liked the show.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying it's on Hulu, guys.
I liked
I'm
the show.
announcing news because that's what we're supposed to do.
Because we're always talking.
I actually thought you liked this.
I'm just telling you guys. There's a transition. He talks about Bruno Mars. We played an 80s, 90s video, and the first story of Hulu is Living Singles on Hulu. Going on to the next one, Runaways got tapped for season 2
Moving on,
at Hulu.
sorry.
I don't know why we stuck on that for so long.
I was gonna get into it, but then I was like, all right,
nah, man,
no, you're right.
No one cares about it. I'm just saying.
That's so cold.
No, but I'm just saying. It was a TV show.
It was a TV show.
It was
where
a black TV show.
It was a black TV show where they weren't acting foolish. They're actually normal people. A good chunk of them went to college.
No.
They're upward mobility.
But I'm just saying, like, because these two feel like we need to convince them. You don't have to watch a show. I'm not planning to watch a show. I'm just telling you all some news.
I remember they were saying something about they were supposed to do something new with it on Netflix or something.
I don't know.
Like
if I was gonna move it to, if I was gonna, if it was in the View View the Right Thing segment.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm good.
If it was in the View the Right Thing segment, I would have talked about it. It's in the Geek News and Rumors. Let's move on.
You're not saying nothing no more. No.
Runaways is tapped for season 2.
I was just fanning the flames. I'm sorry.
Runaways season 2 is coming.
Yeah, and the end of the show. So far the show's done really well. I'm more looking forward to Cloak and Dagger because I'm still wondering when that's
When's
coming.
that coming? Like January?
March or something.
Oh wait, true.
supposedly.
We are in January. Where's my Cloak and Dagger?
Yeah.
I want my royalty check.
I think it's coming in March, but Runaways got tapped. I guess the show did really well for people. They changed a lot. If you guys read the original comic book run and watched the show, they changed quite a bit. So, I mean, if you read the comic book, there are elements there, but be prepared for a show that's very different. I don't know how different The Walking Dead is from their show, but I hear it's really different, and this is similar. I guess it's too hard to adapt. I mean, there's only one aspect of the story that I would find hard to adapt. Everything else, you literally could have done it the exact same way. And the fact that they changed it, I'm worried that they're not going to give us the same ending that the comic book had, which has a huge impact, and that's really going to piss me off. But anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. Hulu signs deal with Blumhouse, which I think is pretty big. Blumhouse is that, like, production company that did a whole bunch of horror movies in 2018.
Oh, yeah.
That were, yeah, they did Get Out?
Yep.
And was Insidious is the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And there's another one, the birthday one.
Happy Death Day or something?
Yeah. So Blumhouse is out there producing these crazy popular horror films on really low budgets.
Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad.
Yeah, but I mean, 3 movies.
They recoup their money. They're doing
they're recouping and making a profit on quite a bit of their movies, which is, I mean, Get Out for sure made.
They're doing the Medea method, make it for cheap,
Ugh.
and then
That's
Robert
one
Rodriguez
actor.
too, make it for cheap, get back your money.
Can't stand that man. Anyways, okay, sure. So that's all the Hulu news. But then Blumhouse news continuing. We got Tobi who posted up Spawn movie is being produced by Blumhouse. So once again, like we said, they can do big movies on small budgets. And from what I understand, Tobi, you wrote a note here. Spawn doesn't say a word the entire movie is what they're saying. Which
good luck.
I feel like that would be interesting, but
Spawn says a lot.
He talks in the comic book, so I don't see
That's
why.
what I'm saying. That's exactly like based off the first movie that came out. You actually see him. I don't see a storyline where, unless he's someone's crony the whole movie.
Yeah.
And he's just in the background waiting to like kill people. I don't see a movie like Spawn where we don't hear him say anything.
Yeah, I don't really understand why you would want to talk.
He literally speaks to bums in the alley that he lives in.
Yeah, why would you not want him?
I could see him being like, everyone's talking about Spawn, and then you see him in their anthology story kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, what happened to you? Oh, this guy, that didn't happen. Come on. Like, it would be like Sam and Twitch would be investigating something.
Yeah.
And they're talking to people, talking to bums, talking to this, talking to that, and it's everyone seeing the same story but through different eyes, and then Spawn doing all this crazy stuff all around. I mean, I could see it like that. I don't know if that's the actual story, but
yeah,
it's cool to see that
I don't know what the story is. I just think it's an odd choice by Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
I'm just it's like this should be one of those situations where he should maybe invest in getting some writers to help him write the story.
Yeah, because he's writing this whole thing by himself, from what I understand, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little concerned about that. Don't get me wrong, he knows his stuff, but
right, it's his property.
Yeah,
probably,
exactly.
He has his own vision, but sometimes it's nice to hear from like people who have experience making movies.
It's super,
like what translates and what doesn't, right?
Yeah.
It's super weird because you go from Michael Jai White to Keith David that voiced him in the HBO TV show.
Okay, I was like
cartoon show.
I was like, did he play him as an older man?
No,
in the cast already.
No, he's talking about the voice actor and then the last movie.
And I'm talking about like the actor that played him in the movie, and then the voice actor played him in the cartoon. Like you get these, two iconic guys.
Yeah.
And then no talking. It just seems a bit weird. You know what I mean?
It is weird. I guess, but is he going to be in the? So I guess if that's the idea, this movie starts off with him as Spawn. We're not getting an origin story then.
No, probably not.
Okay. Next up, which is super big news, and everyone should be really excited. Black Panther is already breaking records, and the movie has not even hit theaters yet.
Good.
Black Panther, the pre-sale started this week. Fandango's been doing a huge push. It's one of those sites that allows you to buy tickets in advance. Cineplex here in Canada has been selling the tickets since the beginning of the week. I bought my tickets already. I'm seeing it on the 15th. Yep. I knew a few people. Kim, shout out to Kim from Oral Pleasure. And what are all the other things that Kim does? You know Kim that I'm talking about?
Yeah. He does a lot.
Yeah,
He does
He does a lot. He's
a man of many talents
Exactly.
and many he's all over
one of
the
those
place.
things where you say a jack of all trades, but he is also a master of all trades.
Yes.
It's not one of those
Yes.
jack of all and master of none. He masters all of them and does them really well, and he does a lot for the black community. So shout out to him. He was actually organizing an outing for people to go see the movie on Facebook recently.
Because I feel this is going to be very similar to when I went to go see Straight Outta Compton, where the theater was nothing but like young black professionals.
Oh, interesting.
And everyone was very like, very respectable. Like, yes.
Oh, yeah?
And there was a whole row in front of me. Remember, I told you this story, right?
Yes, I
There's
think
a whole row in front of me, and it was like, oh, that's weird. That whole row is empty. Movie starts, easy. They're setting the tone, and this row of like white kids come in, and they're kind of stumbling and stuff.
Super awkward. Yeah, I actually had one of my friends who asked me to go see Straight Outta Compton with her, just because she's just like, I don't want to feel like I'm that awkward white girl seeing it. So is it cool if I come with you? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Black Panther already sold out in some places. Lupita, who is in the movie,
You're going with about it.
couldn't even get tickets. She announced it on her social media the morning that it came out. 15 minutes later, she realized she's just like, oh, maybe I should get tickets for myself so I can go to this. Goes and tries to get the tickets and then finds out that it's sold out. I'm actually going to play the little clip here.
Marvel ain't... What?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was a little bit weird.
Maybe she's already seeing the premiere, like they get the free thing, but like, I mean, like she wants to buy her own ticket.
Yeah, I
to
guess
go
she
see
wants
it with everybody. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I'm guessing she wants to go see it with friends and stuff, and she's just like, oh,
too slow.
Yeah,
You lose.
and but 15 minutes. I couldn't find the video sadly, but 15 minutes sold out. Couldn't go. Completely done. Bong bong. I was just like, that's pretty impressive. So I mean, oh no, here is the video. Okay, I found it. So I mean, they already beat. What was the movie they beat out? Avengers: Civil War is the movie that they beat
Captain
out for
America?
presale. Yeah. Really? That was the last movie that had held the record for presale, and then this one,
Black Panther 0.5.
Yeah, yeah. True. That's what someone else said. They said the last time that this happened was with a Black Panther movie, was with a Black Panther appearance. So people are just like, it must be Black Panther. So this is Lupita talking about it. Hopefully it's not too loud.
So it's January 9th. And yesterday, around
She's
10:30, the Black Panther tickets went on sale.
I love her
And
voice.
I put it on my social media. I was so excited. Get your tickets now. And then it occurred to me, I should get tickets
I'm
too.
gonna have to go watch
so
the
that
video
I can
after.
be there when the movie hits theaters and I can experience it with everybody. 15 minutes later, I kid you not, 15 minutes later, I was trying to purchase tickets and they are sold out. Sold out. It told me that there was an error, and I tried again. Still the same error, and every time I tried, fewer seats. Like, there were no seats, and I was unable to buy tickets to see Black Panther on opening night.
So yeah, that's it. She, if the star of the movie can't even get tickets, that's kind of crazy. So, sorry?
That's twisted.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, she's probably going to the premiere. Of course she's going to the premiere, but I mean, she couldn't even get tickets for her local theater. And that says a lot. What was that? Oh, okay. So then we got, next up, why Fox is still going ahead with producing X-Men movies
Because they're going to cross over into the new X-Men.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that note and I was just like, I mean, why would they not make
Can I raise my hand on this one?
You're going to recast everybody?
No, that would be crazy. Go ahead.
will.
Why would Fox not produce Simpsons? Because it makes money.
Okay, Living Single.
Yeah.
It makes
All right.
goddamn
Okay,
money.
just because your show got canceled doesn't mean you got to be mad.
What show?
Living Single, even though it didn't get canceled.
No, it didn't get canceled.
It ended.
It had 5 seasons.
It ended properly.
It was syndicated.
No,
100
no,
episodes.
He's just thanking you. Oh man.
Why'd you bring it back up?
Oh god. Yeah. So Fox is gonna. I mean, but you're right though. Fox is gonna wants to make that money.
Yeah.
Fox, Disney wants to make that money now that they own those properties. So there's no reason for them not to make the
They're
movies.
dealing with a cosmic being in this last movie. What other reason could they use to be like, well, why is the universe just switching? The Phoenix Force.
I mean, I'm hoping that they can fix it. I mean, it's too late for them to throw it into this movie because the movie's already been produced and stuff.
Yeah.
But they'll figure something out.
Yeah.
At some point, somewhere, somehow, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get. I mean, Fox is already working on a Black Widow movie when they did the Red Sparrow, so it's not like they don't know who they work for now.
True.
Movie Cold War, son. It begins 2018.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be great, man.
That's like asking a drug dealer, stop. Well, I'm gonna stop selling drugs. How am I gonna make money? What is that?
You'd be surprised.
All right, all you drug dealers, all you pimps, you gotta stop selling drugs to the community. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community.
That's the best part of that movie. I need to watch that tonight. Oh man.
Speaking of Michael Jai White.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
Red Sparrow is getting called out for being a Black Widow ripoff. I mean,
I've never even heard of Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow is
it's honestly the same premise as how Black Widow became what she was.
Yeah. What is it called in her comic book? The
Russianist. What was it? Yeah, I forget right now.
Yeah, we have to look it up. But when she first starts out, she gets plucked and put into a program where you're trained to be a ballerina and all that. She even mentions it in that
when you watch Avengers 2,
yeah,
and they all having their weird that.
So
and I mean, is that in Agents of Shield as well? They bring that up too.
Yeah, they do because there's another agent or something who shows up.
No, it was in what's her name? The Carter.
Agent Carter.
Oh, yes.
While we're on the topic, actually, sorry to cut you off there. While we were talking, Marvel announced a writer for a standalone Black Widow movie.
Oh, finally!
It hasn't been greenlit, but naming a writer this close to the,
when did this just came out?
Movie. This just came out an hour or 2 hours ago.
Okay, cool. Did they name the writer, or they just said they've tapped a writer?
Writer is Jack Schaefer, and I'll look up his writing credits while you guys are talking.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people for a while have been saying they should make a Black Widow movie. I think they should have made a Black Widow movie way back after she appeared in Iron Man 2. Because it does, there's so much has happened at this point. You can't do a prequel story, but you're going to move forward. I mean, also, Winter Soldier, sure. I think Winter Soldier should have been pitched as a Cap and Black movie, Captain America and Black Widow, because you can't tell that story without her the way they wrote it.
That's true.
Yeah.
It might have just been their first team-up movie. And they just name it that.
Exactly. Whoa. And then you give her more movies and a solo movie. I just think you could do the spy espionage thing. It would be interesting, but Disney just sat on it for too long, and it's going to be a little awkward trying to fit her in now after they're going to tap Captain Marvel, who doesn't show up in universe until now and is getting a movie first.
I could probably sit and be like, okay, what did Black Widow do between
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Winter Soldier and the rest of the movies or something like that.
Or Civil War and now.
I think that would be great. And I hope it's I know, but I'm just saying the movie would come out after. It chronologically it would fit there, but it's going to end up coming out after, and I think she should have gotten tapped first. But yeah, you guys.
And going back to the writer for a second here.
Jack Schaefer, you said?
Jack Schaefer is actually relatively unknown. Actually, I don't see anything aside from a feature, like a film in 2009.
Oh,
and
that's a little worrisome.
A little thing to note: Jack Schaefer is a woman.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's how you get jobs.
Yeah.
Straight up, bro. Straight up. Is that not how you get jobs? Sound like a white man?
What is it that Chappelle says? Draymond Green? The most black thing.
Hey, man.
You log into Airbnb, it locks you out automatically.
Do you think Whoopi Goldberg got all those extra bits in stand-up comedy because they thought she was black? No, it sounds like a Jewish person. Whoopi, yeah, all right. Sign in Whoopi. Oh, wait, what?
Shout to you, Jack.
Yeah, shout out. Mad respect to Jack.
Gank the game. Gank the game.
Yeah,
so next up, Green Lantern Corps is still in the works. I mean, with all the shakeups going on at DC, I didn't expect that to be a thing at all. I still don't expect it to actually happen.
Go to TV and
Jon Stewart it.
Well, speaking of of Green Lantern and TV, Green Lantern is going to possibly appear in the Krypton series that is coming to Sci-Fi. That was a good segue.
Okay.
Props.
So I remember when Krypton first got pitched or shown to us as a TV show.
Oh yeah, I hated the idea.
How it looked.
Yeah, it looks so stupid.
It still looks stupid,
right?
Oh,
dude, have you seen the clips? It looks mad stupid.
It's sad because
I just want to make sure.
It's sad because they could have just done, if they had the budget, they could have done Krypton from Man of Steel.
Yeah,
I thought that was really nice.
I would have watched that movie.
I would have watched
where they're jumping on flying creatures.
Thing. I would rather see Jor-El, not Mon-El. Mon-El, why?
Wait, is it Mon-El? Oh, it's too. Yeah.
It's a
It is
generation too far
it's
back.
his grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
care about Jor-El's dad.
You know why they probably didn't want to do Jor-El? Because the
Too
end
close
of
to
Jor-El's
Superman?
story, at the end of his story is he dies on the planet, and you know for a fact.
So it's like Smallville all over again. It's like, well, when's that planet
Yeah,
ending?
when's the planet gonna
planet
It's like
ending?
Titanic. The
I
planet's
don't
gonna
know.
die.
I feel like actually that would make me tune in to find out how he got to where he is. I don't
They're
know.
easily gonna do this, like have Mon-El. Oh, Jor-El's born season 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
No, because I mean,
man.
if you do the story with Jor-El and you start and Jor-El, you'd have to start with Jor-El is like 30.
16.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, in his teens. That's what I said. But then like end when it's 30 because that's when the
'cause
planet
that's when he
blows
dies.
up.
So you'd have to like.
Yeah. So I mean,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
No,
they could have done that.
it's better
but-
than Gotham.
Yeah.
Anything. Better than
Who
Gotham.
else is excited? The Atlanta Robin season trailer.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it either?
I will watch it, but
I did. I watched it. It was pretty cool.
He told me that a homeboy's page.
Yeah, Saunders, the track Too Fast, 365% page view spike because of the song in the trailer. The trailer is really well done.
Yeah.
It's kind of done in the style of the intro of a different world.
Oh, so it's not like a teaser trailer.
No, but it's like it's that a different world where
It's one shot.
and it pans across.
Yeah.
And it's like different things are happening in each room. In this one, it's like it's panning across, and the way it's lit is you can't see the borders. So they transition from like a nightclub to outside, but because you can't see the borders, it doesn't affect the flow. And then that song's playing in the background, and it's really well done. It's beautifully shot. I couldn't get a high quality version of it.
Yeah,
anywhere,
for
though.
some reason.
It's all 360. It's all gritty. I don't know if that's on purpose or
if you could see around or something.
yeah, I don't know. But it was just really weirdly. It was really dark, really dark. But it looks cool. It looks like we're all excited. The show was great. It came out. What did we say?
So good.
2016.
Yeah.
And
that was my show of
we
the
didn't
year.
expect. Yeah, and we didn't expect it to come out until later this year because they said 2 years at the end because they all had so many projects they're working on. So
That dude works fast. It's scary.
yeah.
I'm still waiting for my high quality version of Paperboy. Like y'all haven't released it as an MP3 or anything.
yeah.
Y'all are stupid. You're stupid out here. Because
Paperboy,
that's the greatest hook
Paperboy.
that came out that year when the show.
Yeah.
No, but then he shot out the Migos, and
Yeah, he blew up the Migos. But I mean, Paperboy is a great song. I play that.
I remember was another podcast I heard. It was like, what do you think of Donald Glover shutting out the Migos at the Golden Globes? And some guy was like, irresponsible.
Hilarious.
Music snobs.
Music snobs.
Next up, we heard Method Man is bringing his acting skills to a Shaft sequel, which
Apparently it's a sequel. No, it's a reboot. Apparently, or something weird.
But I don't understand. It's a reboot. Why is Sam Jack back? Because he played Shaft in the last one.
I remember reading elsewhere, like when I was looking up, I was like, really? I don't remember about this. So I was looking it up, and it was saying like reboot for some reason.
Oh yeah, it does say it here. John Shaft, Samuel L. Jackson is reprising his role of John Shaft in the New Line Cinema reboot, which will also add Clifford Method Man Smith to the cast. The plot line of the Shaft finds Jackson being an estranged father from his son, played by Jesse T. Usher, who after a long time finds himself teamed up together. Find themselves. Oh, whoever wrote this. Okay, player, y'all need some editors. Method Man has been cast as an old friend of John Shaft from the neighborhood. That's weird. Don't they have like a 30-year gap between them in age?
Wasn't he his driver in the first movie?
Is that what it is?
No. That was Busta.
That was Busta Rhymes.
Oh yes. That
Busta
is
Rhymes
right.
was the Trini guy. He had a big Trini flag in his apartment.
Kenya Barris is the one scripting the sequel. If you guys don't recognize that name, he is the producer and creator for Blackish and Grownish, the spin-off.
What? There's a spin-off of Blackish?
Yeah, there's a spin-off of Blackish called Grownish.
I'm going to tell you guys right
With
now,
the
you're gonna hurt me. I've never watched Blackish.
That's okay.
So now to the point that Blackish is that big that it has its own sequel.
Yeah. They're doing that Cosby thing. It's like a different world. It's the exact same. She's in college and she has her friends.
Okay, so
and
that actually happened.
How
Okay.
many seasons of the show do I have to watch of Blackish?
To get to Grownish?
No, just like in general, do I have to like?
They're on season 4. Oh, you're excited
good.
about binging? Yeah,
I haven't watched all of it, but I see bits and pieces, clips, and episodes and stuff. Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah,
It's a fun show. I like it.
Binging Black TV with weed. That's a new show.
This is the poster. I have the. If you guys have seen.
It's breakfast. I thought it was just a Breakfast Club thing.
Yeah, the first episode of Grownish.
It does look like
It is a
ethnic
Breakfast Club.
Club, huh?
I was
It
just like, I
is, it is.
skipped over, like, okay, whatever.
Wait, it is though.
Yeah,
That
there's
is Breakfast
So
Club.
if you guys watch the first episode of Grownish, the lead character, the daughter Zoe, talks about how her new group of friends, she feels like she's in her own personal Breakfast Club, and then they flash a picture of her and her crew as the Breakfast Club, and it's pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty. It's a fun show. I mean, Grownish. The first episode, and I was talking to one of my buddies, Mob's Goodness, about the show and why it's not on ABC. And the reason it's not
not on ABC.
No, it's on Freeform, the younger channel. I can tell you right now, it's not on ABC, the main channel, because there's like a lesbian sex scene, there's drug use, and all that stuff, all within the first 2 episodes.
Wow, they ain't playing.
And that, I mean, it's not a lesbian sex scene that they're showing, but they're implying. And even ABC isn't that risque, and not because they're lesbians, because they don't usually show people trying to bang in a bathroom right off the bat.
Yeah, but Friday they're letting people's heads get blown off all day.
Scandal.
Is that the main character or side character in that show?
It's a side character. It's her like Jewish friend who's bisexual, and then you have an Indian drug dealer, and then you have this like pansexual or like asexual character. I don't like.
Twins.
There's the twins are cool. The twins are track stars who are secretly ratchet. But to the public, because they're like the images of the track team, they have to like act prim and proper.
Yeah.
But then like behind closed doors, they're like full on ratchet. Like like they like one of them knocks the other one's books to the ground and goes, "Bitch, I don't care." Like they're just rude to each other. It's pretty funny. Right. But yeah, the second episode, Zoe gets addicted to Adderall. She's like telling them how she doesn't need Adderall. She takes it one time. Next thing you know, she's popping pills before she goes to bed, and you're like, why are you doing this? It doesn't even make sense. But
half an hour?
Yeah, half-hour episodes.
All right.
And then our last piece of geek news and rumors, the end of the show. And thank you guys for tuning in so far. We have CES 2018. Razer shows off Project Linda. It's a Razer phone that clips into a Razer-styled laptop shell.
Yeah.
So I looked this up last night after you added this clip. It's super cool. So essentially, think of you have a laptop, standard laptop with your trackpad at the end, and the trackpad segment is empty. It's a slot. It's a slot. It's the size of your phone. Your phone clips into it and turns your phone into the hard drive that powers this laptop. And your touchscreen becomes the trackpad for your mouse.
Yeah, I'm not putting it up against my ear though.
No, what? No.
I mean, it's just like, all this, and you're like,
Skinny's talking about how you're gonna get your greasy fingers all over it and put it up on your face.
I don't be using my phone on my face right now.
They can actually make they'll make a screen that's more matte and less glass.
Yeah,
probably. Like this, like
that's a good
it'll
point.
take a while. This is a concept anyway too, so it'll take a while to refine it.
The shell itself is the concept, but the phone is already out. Like they already put out this phone before the beginning of 2018.
I think
the phone is like super powerful too.
Yeah, I think it looks super cool as a concept. When I saw it yesterday, I got really excited. I was like, man, this is pretty interesting.
Because people are making this kind of concept since 2000 and I want to say 12, like for a while, like just the concept of it. But the fact that somebody has finally actually made a prototype and it looks pretty finished, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it looks like
that looks nice.
The pictures on Android Authority that they have, it looks done. Like it looks like this could go to market tomorrow.
So basically that whole shell is like aluminium. Yeah.
Okay.
Aluminum. I think it's like aluminum shell. Sorry.
Calm down, Aussie.
Sorry.
Aluminium.
A little British. But and then the buttons are Razer's own buttons that they use for their laptops, and their laptops are really nice, small, slim, and super powerful. And they backlit keyboard, RGB lighting, and we don't know much about the screen, and they have not said anything about the price because we don't know what it is yet. But it looks like it's done.
Yeah, that's $3,000.
Good
Might
God.
as well be.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. I think the fact that, because I'm guessing you get the phone with it automatically.
No, I don't know if it's a shell that you buy separately, because I know you already buy the phone separately. That phone is out.
No, I get it. I'm saying if you're buying the phone, you get the phone. But if you're buying the laptop,
get the phone.
You better get the phone with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Having to buy them separately.
They haven't said anything about it.
No, I know. I'm not
We're just
saying.
saying
You're not in the marketing team, man. You don't got to defend. Don't worry, homie. I'm just saying. Well,
the marketing team would be smarter than me. They wouldn't say nothing. They just look at you.
But I'm just saying, if you're gonna sell the product, you're gonna sell me the laptop without the without the processor.
Yeah.
Why? You want me to go buy the phone now?
Yeah.
No.
But why would
sell
you
me a package?
But no, if you, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Just sell me the package.
But I mean, you're buying it's a shell.
You can buy the shell separately if you need it because you already have the phone. But I'm saying if you're gonna buy the shell, you should.
Or if you broke your original shell, you buy a replacement shell.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But they should come as a package. I get what.
There
Doc
you
is
go.
saying.
That's all I'm saying. I wants the phone. No, I got my phone, but I just say I want someone to make this for the S8 now. That's what I want. Anyways, and then this was previewed at CES, the festival, which, funny enough,
the trade show.
The trade show? Yeah, sorry. And then, funny enough, had power outages today.
Yeah, of
in
course.
Las Vegas. They had a huge power outage that shut down half their stuff, and people were like freaking out. There's pictures of it online.
Hoover Dam can't keep up.
I know, right?
Are the Transformers attacking? Decepticons attacking? Is that what's happening? First movie?
It's kind of crazy because the pictures, if you can imagine it, you're inside this huge hall in Las Vegas. So heavy overnight rain caused a power outage at the festival. But look at these pictures. You're in a huge trade show, all this technology around, and the power goes out.
Yeah.
You know
anything reported stolen?
Exactly. My first thought was people started jacking stuff. Well, I'm amazed they didn't degrade into wild thieves.
Because I remember last year someone stole Razer's last show off thing, which was a laptop that had 2 other screens on the outside that folded in kind of thing.
Oh, crazy.
And I think they were packing up and someone just snatched it underneath their nose.
God damn.
And they're like, what? We don't. And that was like, no power outage.
That's crazy.
So that was some like James Bond stuff, you know?
I mean, that's how, like, when you're doing that kind of business, you know you got to keep your stuff on lock. So, I mean, there's probably tons of security. I was just joking about people stealing stuff, but I just expect when the power goes out. Yeah. When I heard the power went out, I immediately thought that was like some Mission Impossible style shit where someone shut down the power so they could jack this advanced. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Someone, you see Tom Cruise slide down from the ceiling trying to get through.
What's crazy is like we're only getting what the official story or the cause is, right?
Yeah, you know, Magic got stolen.
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain overnight. Come on,
burglars.
Yeah,
I feel there's more to this.
Cat burglars cut the power to this bitch, and
I don't know if they get caught. You know, it's Vegas. They're breaking legs, taking thumbs.
True.
No, I think if something really did happen, they didn't want to blast out what happened to the world. Maybe so, like people are going to start attempting something more often, right? So.
True.
No, the amount of cameras they have in Vegas,
but that's it.
The house never loses.
Power outage, man. The blind spots all over. But that's it, guys. That's the first show. We're done already.
We are done.
That was fun. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in. Tobes, what do you want to tell the people?
Just great to be back.
There you go.
That's it.
Jaws.
Transformers Slag on YouTube. Check it out.
There you go. Skinny.
Just Google me. I'm around.
Oh, I call you Skinny. What should they Google though?
You know, Skinny. No, I'm kidding. Google SkinDeep MTL and you'll find me. The music, the Franklin Armstrong stuff on YouTube, the retro game reviews. We're gonna be having another episode out probably in the next 2 weeks or a week. Yeah, just check us out.
And then on my end, check out franklinarmstrong.com. All our stuff's on the website. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, AStrongFranklin. Hit us up on email if you want to, franklinarmstrong.dotcom@gmail.com. Also the same name on Facebook. And if you guys want to hit us up on, if you want to watch the YouTube videos, you can do so by going to tinyurl.com/FranklinArmstrong.dotcom. I made that link so it's easier to link to the YouTube because we don't have a personalized page yet. One day, but until then, this is the easier way to do it. And that's it. That's all. Don't drink and drive. Always wear your Jimmy caps because safe sex is good sex. Yep. That's the show, kids. We're out. Peace, everybody.
Doses.
Peace.